Where can you get free games to download online today? What up, Sycho Nation? Welcome back to the Asylum. Today I'm going to show you where I get my free horror games for my 3 free horror game series and show you just what they have to offer because it's not just horror games. I'm going to just jump right in because there is only 3 places I truly want to show you, and each one a large portion of gamers already know about, but there is the odd few that don't, and I want to share that knowledge so they have a chance to jump on here and find some great games. Now, I do want to mention one thing. On the website games, a lot of them will actually end up making their way to Steam as bought games. If you want that chance to test the game before they go into that type of market, the other 2 sites are the way to go, but first we're going to start off with Steam. Now, every PC gamer knows about Steam. This is where we get our bought games. This is where we get the AAA titles because nobody installs from disc anymore unless you're on console, in which case you still have the option to download them. Steam is wonderful for free games. It has a lot of the really big names like Apex Legends that's free to play, or Destiny 2. But a lot of these games also come with huge DLC packs that you must buy. And if you're wanting the most recent updated thing on your games, that's the downside to Steam, is all the DLC content will cost you money. That being said, there is a large section of free games for you to check out. There is 20 pages of just top sellers. You can look up to new and trending and find even more stuff. Like there's just a never-ending list of free games to play. These are all up and coming games, stuff like that. These are great options if you just want to use Steam to get your gaming fix. They are free. Like I said, they do have their downsides. If they are bigger games, they will have downloadable content. That content will cost you money. So it really depends on who you are as a gamer. Do you want the most recent updated DLC, or are you happy with the base game? It's really up to you, but that's what Steam has to offer. Now, on the flip side, there is Epic Games. They produce games like Fortnite, PUBG, I believe, is on there too. They have some free games. I'm not going to go into detail because most of their games are actually really big games that are for free. And they have the random game once a month that they release for free. So you can check them out. That's Epic Games Launcher. Just check it out, and they do also have free games. But we're going to go to the websites now. So the first website I actually want to show you is itch.io. This is where I get my main horror content for the 3 free horror games. This is a wonderful site full of very creative individual developers. Now, this is all indie games, and I'm showing you the horror part because that is what I have it linked to, so bear with me. But they do have multiple different genres to choose from. Like, we can just go into free over here, and this is all just free games now. Each of these games you can't expect gold from. You can expect really fun games, but you're also going to have to sort through the I built this in 2 minutes type games. Don't take any of them at face value. For instance, the Creepy Warehouse game. I actually did this recently in one of my 3 free horror games videos, which I will show in the link up above. That game was amazing. It was absolutely terrifying, but you would not be able to tell by its picture here, or even the graphics on the side. Don't always just trust it. Don't go for the one with the scariest names. Sometimes it's the ones with the funniest names that are the best games to play. This is itch.io, and it is just a great site. It's also where I met Froststack Gaming, pardon me, where I am now testing their games for them and just building a really great relationship with a game developer and a content creator of gaming videos. So, check out itch.io. Make sure you leave comments on these people's video. They put a lot of time and effort into these. A lot of them can be by donation. I always suggest, that you donate to these creators, because if you don't, then they don't have the money to push their updates for their games. It's very simple. Pay them, they can produce better games. You don't pay them, well, they're gonna stay where they are. I do play the free horror games, and I try and donate as much as I can to each one that asks for donations. Anyway, we're going on to the next one, which is GameJolt.com. Now, this is a less popular site. It really is, and I hate to say it, but it is. I know a few indie gamers that did not know this site existed, but it does. The downside to GameJolt.com is there is a lot of games that are not finished. So you can go into the new games and you will find a bunch of advertising for games where they're talking about what they're developing, have some screenshots, but they actually don't have the game itself. That's why I don't use it as much as I use itch, because going through these games can be a lot more time consuming, and I will give you an example. So over here, I'm at the new tab. So these are the new games, and this is what really bugs me, is they should have another tab for in development, let's say. But we're going to go to Helio over here. Now, this looks like your pretty basic game, not downing the developer. I understand this is just your advertising. If we scroll down, you see we have no links for downloading, and that's what makes it hard to get through this site, is a lot of the new games just don't have the advertising, or just don't have the download links, and that can make it very frustrating when you're trying to download new games. That's why in this one, I always suggest going for best, featured, or hot, even though I try and stay away from that type of game. The reason I try and stay away from those games is because they're already getting a lot of publicity from either really big YouTubers or a lot of small YouTubers, and I want to go for the games that are smaller, less heard of, and hopefully drive traffic and help the developers out. Once again, this site also has places where you can give donations to developers, or you can end up buying games. Not everything is free here. Just like itch, just like Steam, not everything is free, but there is the free ones that you can go and check out. I highly suggest all these sites, guys. They're really, really good sites if you're into indie games and want to help small developers achieve their dreams. It's a really fun way to find games. You can always go through and find and test, but what I really like to do is blindly go into these games. I choose one by either a name or a picture, just like YouTube. Something grabs my attention off the initial look, and I'll go download it and I'll play it on my channel. Be it good or bad, it doesn't matter. These are indie developers trying to show their stuff and get noticed by the general public. I always suggest helping them out. Indie developers are like us small YouTubers trying to get noticed. It's very hard, and there's a lot of people pushing content. So anybody that's into indie games, come to these two sites and give as much support as you can to these indie developers. They deserve your support. They deserve everything that they get, because they put the time and effort in, and all we do is play. And there is a lot of time and effort in editing, I understand that, but if you've ever tried to code a game or design a game and get all the characters and all the assets in proper order and functioning as a game, you will understand just how much work actually goes into making even the crappiest of game. That's pretty much all I have to say on this, guys. This is the best places to get free indie horror games. I could show you places to get AAA games, but they are not legal, and I'm not going to put that on my channel. But feel free, if I've missed any sites that you think deserve credit, make sure you leave it in the comments down below. I would love to check out sites where more indie developers are producing more games, because I just love everything that they can push out. Alright guys, let me know in the comments down below if you've used any of these sites, or if you have a site that I haven't mentioned. Make sure to leave a like if you're enjoying the content. Check out the 3 free horror games series and check out the games on each of these great sites and from these amazing developers. Make sure to check out Frostat Gaming on itch.io to check out their game They're Coming, because it is an amazing upcoming horror game that will be released, like I said, on Steam soon enough. 2 weeks time. Alright guys, you have a wonderful evening. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Stay psycho.